Hello everyone, it's Lara. So today I'm going to share with you an update with my I Heart the 90s project pan. So this is a Pantastic Ladies collab project and it was created by me. So this project is all about the 90s and you can choose to work on between 8 and 10 prompts. So for me, I'm working on 8. And for this update, I actually have 4 rolling out. So let me show you those. So the first thing I have rolling out is this palette from Dominique Cosmetics, the Celestial Thunder palette. So this was for the prompt Macarena, and that was a Latino-owned makeup brand. And my goal was to use this 20 times, and I have used it 20 times. I mostly used this shade as a transition shade. I did use this shade a few times, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really get around to using the other colors, but that's okay. The next item rolling out is for the prompt Smells Like Teen Spirit, and that is a scented item. For that, I chose this Malone perfume sample. So this is in the Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt scent. And I did really enjoy this scent. I thought it was very nice, refreshing. Not something I'm like obsessed with, but I did like it. The next thing rolling out is for Baby Tea, and that is a mini product. For that, I chose this Marc Jacobs Lash Primer. I've been using this for a few months now. I'm just not really the biggest fan. I feel like I got my money's worth out of this. It came in a pack and yeah, calling it done. And the last thing rolling out is for Titanic. So for that prompt, you flip a coin. I think Heads is a high-end and Tails is a drugstore product. So I got drugstore, so I rolled in this Cetaphil daily scrub and I was able to finish it. I didn't have to cut it open because I feel like even though it was a scrub, it was quite liquidy, so I got every little last drop out, and yeah, it was okay. Okay, so now let me show you the progress I've made on the rest of the products. So first we have Jurassic Park, and that's oldest item. For that, I rolled in this Revlon Color Burst Lip Balm in Elusive. My goal is to use this 20 times. So far, I've only used it 3 times. I think my problem with this is I just don't like the shape. It's just too thick and I can't get a precise like application. It just always looks super messy, and I'm trying to reshape it, but it's just so annoying. And I know I could use a lip brush, but I just can't be bothered. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe melt this down and put it in a different container, because I do have an empty lip balm packaging, so maybe I will try and put it in there and see how that goes, because I'm just not reaching for this. Also, on top of that, I'm just not the biggest fan of how it feels on my lips. Like, it has a kind of minty tingle, like it's not plumping or anything, but there's definitely some sort of tingle, which I really don't care for. So next was Saved by the Bell, and that is something that makes your makeup last longer. For that, I chose this Malone powder. My goal is to finish it. Last month, I was not able to make a new mark because it couldn't really see progress. So this is where it was when I brought it in. But now I believe I can make a new mark. Like, there's definitely, if you look at the side, it's definitely gone down. So let me do that. I have a cold right now, and I haven't had a cold in years. But that's probably because I had been working from home. One of the downsides to working with kids in person is you get sick a lot. So not fun, but hopefully it'll be gone soon. Anyway, this is my new mark. So at least we can see some progress now. And it's actually pretty decent progress. And now that it's getting to the part where the packaging gets thinner, perhaps there'll be even more progress, like visible progress. Next is Pogs, and that is something you used a few times when you first got it and then haven't touched since. For that, I rolled in this Majolica Majorca blush. My goal is to use it 20 times. So far I've used it 8 times. It's a really pretty blush. I'm just not in the mood to wear a peach blush at the moment. I've been really into cool tones. So I haven't really reached for a lot, but I think once spring starts rolling in, I'll be more into the peach color. And the last prompt is for Jinko jeans, and that is a bulky product or packaging. And for that, I rolled in this Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. I'm working on the shade X-rated. So that is this pink shade up here. My goal is to hit pan on it. And I have been using it pretty consistently. I'm wearing it today. So I've used it a total of 30 times so far. And there's definitely a dip going. I don't feel like the shades in here are super deep, so I think there's a pretty good chance I could hit pan on it by next update if I consistently use it. Okay, so since I have 4 things rolling out, that means I can choose 4 new prompts. So here's my wheel. Let's see what I get. Beanie Babies. So the prompt for Beanie Babies is something that reminds you of your favorite Beanie Baby. And guess what? My favorite Beanie Babies were the cats. And I still have them. I used to play with these so much. I mean, I've always loved cats. And my older brother, he had like all the dogs, so we would always like pair them up and play with them. It's funny. We also have a bunch of other ones, but the cat ones always hold a special place in my heart. So I'll have to think of something that reminds me of these cats. Anyway, let me choose 3 more prompts. Miss Cleo. So the prompt for that is something that you feel like is a ripoff, because I think Miss Cleo was a psychic. She would read like tarot cards or whatever, and she would have like an 800 number on the screen you could call. But I think years later she wound up, her and her network got sued for fraud. So that's why the prompt is something you feel like is a ripoff. Okay. Wannabe. So that's a song by the Spice Girls. Oh, we have a visitor. Speaking of cats. Hi, Sora. This is Sora. He's the baby kitten that I rescued in Japan. Sora means sky in Japanese. Hi, Sora. Sora is also a character from a video game I really like called Kingdom Hearts, which combines Final Fantasy and Disney. And I love Final Fantasy. My cat Lulu was named after a Final Fantasy character. Also, Sora had a sibling named Cloud, but unfortunately Cloud didn't make it. And Stella, I didn't name her. She doesn't fit in with the theme because I couldn't think of a name at the time that I liked that fit the theme, so she came with the name Stella, so I just left it as Stella because I couldn't think of anything. Like, Stella's good enough. I like that name. So since I've been back in the States, I've been going through like all my stuff, and I found this like old caboodle, and inside this caboodle I have these little figures of the Spice Girls, because I used to have like their They're Barbies, and they came with these. I could not get my hands on Ginger Spice though. I have all of them except for Ginger Spice because Ginger Spice was always sold out. And then I have all of these stickers. Does anyone remember Bazooka Bubblegum? I'm pretty sure these came from Bazooka Bubblegum, and they're all stickers of the Spice Girls that I kept. And tons. And then I have these stickers. It's so funny. I love Spice Girls. Anyway, enough with the tangent. And the prompt for that is something that reminds you of your best friend. Friends. I love the TV show Friends. It was pretty much always on in my house at the time. And then, yeah, I rewatch it all the time. It always makes me laugh. I think it's so funny. And the last one is Beverly Hills 90210. I did watch Beverly Hills 90210, but it wasn't a show like I was really into. Like, I would watch it if it was on, and I, like, you know, but wasn't super into it. I believe the prompt for that is most expensive product, but let me double check. Okay, so yeah, Beverly Hills 90210 is most expensive product. Okay, so let me choose products for those prompts and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Guys, look at this. Sora burrowed herself under these blankets. I don't know if you can see. Do you see her little cat bum right here? Oh! I'm sorry. Didn't mean to disturb you. She loves doing that. She loves burrowing under the blankets. Okay, so let me show you what I picked. So for Beverly Hills 90210, most expensive product, I decided to bring in this La Mer cream. I mean, it's only a sample, but La Mer products are very expensive. And I've actually already used this a little bit, so there's a little bit of a dip, and I don't like this. Okay, so this reminds me of Eucerin. If any of you suffer from eczema or extremely dry skin or whatever, then you know what Eucerin feels like. I don't understand how people like this, and I would never pay for this, especially with how expensive it is. It's kind of like a thick cream, and it doesn't really absorb very quickly into the skin. Like, you really have to work it in. I mean, this does absorb more so than like Eucerin. Eucerin is more like supposed to just sit on your skin and protect it from drying out. So like, I get that, but I'm all set. Also, I know there's like these claims that there's like algae or whatever in here that's supposed to be super good for your skin, but whatever. Anyway, I don't really care. But anyway, so this will be in for most expensive, and my goal is to finish it. Okay, so for favorite Beanie Baby, I said my favorites were the cats, and I really wanted to bring in a product that has something to do with a cat, but like, I really could not find anything. So one of the cats I showed you, Flip, was white, so I just chose this because it has white packaging. So this is just a foil packet from Kiehl's, the Calendula Serum Infused Water Cream. So my goal is to finish that. And for Wannabe, reminds you of your best friend, so I decided to bring in this Vaseline lip balm. This reminds me of my best friend because me and my best friend have been friends since we were 11 years old. We've been friends for over 20 years, which is awesome. And we actually used to work together too. So we met in school, and then when we were teenagers, young adults, we worked together at a high-end men's clothing store. And whenever we were working, she would always use these Vaseline lip balms. So anytime I see this, it reminds me of her and when we used to work together, and she would put this on. So I'm bringing this in for her. I've used it a couple of times, but it's still pretty new. And my goal is to finish this. And the last product I'm rolling in is for Miss Cleo, something you feel like is a ripoff. And for that, I chose this Lancome Advanced Génifique. I know a lot of people like this, and I will even admit it does feel nice on my skin, and it doesn't irritate my skin, which I'm shocked it doesn't. But I bought this before I had decided that I was going to pay more attention to what's in skincare, and I'm not like a skincare expert by any means, but from what I can tell, the ingredients are really not that good. And of course there's like perfume in it, which usually always irritates my skin. So yeah, I want to finish this. You already used the majority of it. It's about right here. So my goal is to finish that. So for next update, I feel like I could probably get a bunch of things finished up. Definitely the foil packet. I'm sure I could probably get this La Mer cream finished. I'm hoping to hit pan on this eyeshadow. And if I melt this down, possibly can get my uses on this. But we'll see. So yeah, maybe like 4 rollouts, 3 or 4 rollouts next update. But yeah, that's everything. I'll see you next time. Bye.